What is going on, everybody? Welcome to A Certain Point of View on a Monday evening, and we are here having a few tiki drinks in hand, having some fun talking about some controversial topics. I don't have a tiki drink, but I have a tropical beer. I have a tropical beer, so
I always have tea.
Bravo.
Realized I left my water in the other room, so now I have nothing.
Dehydration.
We have some very interesting topics to discuss tonight. We're going to get into some Harry Potter, the Wizarding World as it looks into its future. Twitter, obviously, because of the change that has happened over the last week or two. But then we're going to end the show on a high note and talk some Star Wars, both the Acolyte and the Tales of the Jedi, which we are all very excited to talk about. So let's see how everybody's doing. Start the week off. Brian, I'm going to start with you tonight.
Woo!
How are you doing today?
Change it
Good.
up.
I'm tweeting out that we're live now.
Proud of you.
Yeah. Fine. I'm definitely not used to it getting dark at freaking 4 o'clock.
No,
Dude.
That
not at
threw me
all.
off
It
hard.
sucks.
Loved the extra hour of sleep. That was fun.
Mhm.
Not so much the nighttime stuff. But whatever.
Sounds like your Monday is just awesome.
It's
I
Monday.
I love the positivity from you, Brian.
Does anyone
I love
sit
it.
there and like, yes, Monday? Probably not.
Psychopaths.
Yeah.
You gotta
Or if
conquer
they have
it.
like,
You gotta
or if like
take
their
it by
schedule is
the horns and just go for it.
If their schedule is Wednesday
I don't
through
like Longhorns.
Sunday, then people are probably like, yeah, Monday. But other than that, no.
And Molly, how was your Monday?
Pretty good. Our Mondays and Tuesdays are like real chill for the most part because it's like the 2 days we have to relax before Andor starts back up. But I got my roots done today.
Oh, good for you.
What's that like? God, look at this.
What else did I do today?
I could never be. I give you guys credit. I could never be a girl. I would be the
No.
ugliest girl ever because I would just be so lazy.
Brian, that's me right now. That's so my
No
hair is so long.
Brian,
I
you
need to
wouldn't.
cut it.
So you wouldn't be the same person if you were a female, though.
No,
wouldn't.
I would be so lazy. Never would do makeup. Never would do my hair.
I don't think
don't.
so.
Never
I
say
don't
never.
unless I'm
don't think
on
so.
camera.
Look at your
or I
sister.
have-
There's no way.
My sister is annoying. She takes like 3 hours to get ready, and she's still late every single time.
That's every
God, I hate those kind of
female.
people.
That is
That's not
every
true.
woman on the planet.
Not true. Not true.
It's
I
very-
am always on time. I pride myself in that. And
Well, you may be late
Depends
because your
for me.
fiance.
my fiance is the one who gets late. Yeah.
But Brian, like, you don't have to dye your hair to look good. Like, I just do it because I have gray hair.
Well, okay, whatever. And whatever
natural hair color
extra
is
you
blue.
guys do would not happen, especially the makeup. I'd be the
That's just fun.
ugliest
That's just fun.
girl. Yeah, not shaving legs. Too lazy for that. Like
I'm
come
too
on.
lazy to
God.
shave my legs. Like
That one's
I'm-
tough. Yeah.
like
that's
and
hard.
now it's winter. So now it's like I'm gonna be wearing pants like 24/7.
Oh,
Like
God.
sorry, Sean, you're just gonna have to deal with my
We should keep a no
Legs.
shaved legs counter on the screen and see how far we go.
Oh, don't threaten me with a good time.
I'm going on like 25 years, I think.
Don't threaten me
Maybe.
with a good time.
Obviously, Brian, what the hell?
You never know.
25 years? You mean you shave your legs at like 6 years old?
That's when you start growing.
Well, I
hair on
did.
your
I
legs.
mean, I did in middle school. That like because it's
If
like
you're a
oh,
swimmer,
no.
you shave.
sports, yeah.
I was soccer. Like,
You shaved your
oh.
legs for soccer?
Well, I taped to them.
Really?
So yeah, because I would tape.
You
straight- I
waxed
would
My
it.
tape
mind is
straight-
blown right now. That is just
straight to the skin. I'm not putting tape all over my hair legs. No, thank you.
Oh, that's so strong.
So yeah.
Jill's gonna keep saying that. It's gonna keep getting slurred throughout the evening.
Uh-huh.
No, it won't taste as strong once you get like half.
Nah, yeah. But we'll see
I
how
like
I
how you
feel
said
in the next
tiki
hour.
drinks. Tiki drinks. There's
Yeah,
no
tiki
way
drinks.
to the S.
There's-
It's drink. It's a tiki drink.
drink.
I keep forgetting that I forgot to ask how everyone's weekend was. I'm going to Jill next, but because we recorded yesterday, we saw each other.
Oh yeah, that's
we
right.
talked about how our weekends were. But Jill, How's your Monday and how was your weekend?
Monday was fine. My parents came home from a month away in Europe, so I went to their place and was like, "Welcome back. I'm glad I don't have to check your mail anymore." But it was nice. It was nice to have them back. My weekend was honestly kind of shitty. I depression and anxiety hit hard this weekend, and so like I think yesterday I was in bed by 7. Just one of those weekends. But
I was technically 8 yesterday.
Yeah, but like still, I was then I was in bed by 8. Like still, that doesn't make the sentence any better. But living the life. It's one of those dumb roller coaster things where I'll probably be fine at the end of the week, but right now it's like everything is terrible and I hate it. But living the dream, just chilling. Rocking my Helena Bonham Carter, Bellatrix all natural hair today because I feel like a hot mess. So we're gonna just roll with it. Choo choo, motherfuckers.
Jill, I have a question for you, real quick.
I have an answer.
Does your anxiety or depression or moods change when the seasons change?
No. I do not.
Because it just started raining. So
because I love the rain. I adore the rain.
I'm just curious.
No, I'm not a seasonal depression, which I understand people do have that, and I completely understand why people do have that.
I get that at the beginning of the year, so like January.
Mine is just my
so you get
anxiety.
New Year depression?
I mean, I get that. I understand. I understand that.
It freaks me out. Like we finally made it to the end, and it's like starts over. Like everything seems so far away.
You would think that'd be a good thing, but okay, never mind.
No, I totally get it.
There's so much going on between October to like December that
all the holidays
that it keeps you.
And then you hit January, and it's just like nothing.
That's me. Like, I'm like sad that we're done with all the holiday parties and the decorations are being put up, and I'm like everything sucks now.
And then me too, because then my birthday is also in December, so it's not like I have anything that I'm like, oh, my birthday is in like May or June where I can look forward to this at the middle of the year. It's like, no, I'm fucking 8 days before Christmas, so it's in the middle of that hot mess. So yeah, no, what I like this time of year. I love the rain. It's raining here until like Wednesday, which I totally dig.
It was raining all day here today too.
Oh, I'm so freaking thrilled.
Or for the most part.
We bought eggnog. Like 'tis the season, man. We brought fucking eggnog.
It is November 7th.
We bought eggnog.
November 7th.
Let me live my life.
Whenever the store starts selling it, then that's when you buy it.
That is
Jake, I had the opportunity to buy eggnog at the end of October, and I said no. It's still
that is not
October.
okay.
I need to at least
November
wait till
7th.
November. Let me enjoy things. So now Sean's like, I know you've been sad, so I made you a large fucking tiki drink. I might be a hot goddamn mess at the end of the show, but that's why we're all here. That's why you appreciate and love me.
The Vow came out today, didn't it?
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Okay, I'm watching that tomorrow.
That's
I really do
need
I need to keep an F-bomb counter on this screen.
Do it.
Last 30 seconds have been wild.
I'll put $1 in the jar. Jake, are you watching The Vow? Did you watch the first season of The Vow?
I have not watched The Vow whatsoever.
Jake,
it's so good.
We were talking about some Patreon updates earlier.
Cults are really hot in right now.
Maybe that's something that we do as far as a Patreon edition where we do that type of stuff.
Jake, you need to watch The Vow.
Never seen The Vow.
Right now.
It's not. I guess it's not really cultish, but I watched 5 episodes of Dahmer.
That's serial killer.
I have no desire.
That's why I said it's not cultish, but it's similar-ish.
It's serial killer. We're cool with that.
We're
not cool with serial killers, but we're cool with like.
Well, I think the reason why I started watching it, so Netflix picked up that series for 2 more. It's called the Monster series from Ryan Murphy, so they're gonna do 2 more serial killers. So I was like, okay, well now I'm interested.
Who wants to take a bet on who the next 2 are? My bet is Richard Ramirez and Ted Bundy. Those are my bets.
Gonna say
Ted Bundy's one.
I was thinking Manson as one.
Ooh, Manson.
I think they're gonna do 2 that have not been touched yet. Which Manson's been touched, Bundy's been touched.
Bundy's been done a lot.
Yeah, Bundy's
been in a lot.
Netflix did Bundy. They did the Bundy tapes, and they did the Bundy movie with Efron.
Okay, that movie is great. If you haven't seen it, everyone.
It wasn't that bad, actually.
It's so good.
watching the show and knowing that they're doing these seasons, and we haven't gotten into our topic yet, which we'll get to soon, everybody.
Welcome to our show, everybody. This is what we do.
It makes
I'm gonna
me
get
really
flat. Go ahead.
it makes me really upset that Netflix didn't move forward with Mindhunter, which I thought was a superb show that was on an inside look on serial killers, like interviews with them and stuff, like because it's similar, right? They're basically interviewing people who are in the same vein. But I so far I think it's an interesting concept doing a season on a serial killer and kind of like picking their brains and stuff, and whether it's true or false or barely true. It's also funny because I watched The Good Nurse too on Netflix, which is based obviously on a serial killer who I didn't realize this, but they don't have the exact number on how many this guy killed, and it's up to 400 people.
That's like Ted Bundy.
400 people.
Yeah. That's like
and
Bundy.
Those are all just people sitting in hospital beds. 400 hospital bed people.
Yeah,
that's
because you can't prove if it was. Yeah,
That's wild.
I have to watch this now.
I'm loving all the chat. Like the Menendez brothers would be a really good one. The
That'd be a good one.
Sniper, Albert Fish. We're getting.
I want to do the people
BTK, loving all these.
I want to see the people that aren't touched on or as much in the spotlight because I don't know as much about them. Like I know Bundy. I know Manson, like I know all of that stuff, right? Like, and I knew Dahmer a little bit. I obviously knew that he ate stuff and everything, but I didn't know like the details, which is why it's kind of interesting learning it all.
Fucking scary.
It's this show that they don't hold back whatsoever, like at all.
I literally was afraid to type in top serial killers into Google, but I put top S and it literally serial killers.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, people are so interested with it. They love this, and it's so like sickening, but they love this stuff.
It's just like
it's just what they love.
It's interesting, and it's like for me, I'm just like, how did they get to this point? You know, but
that's my thing.
Like it's kind of like a train wreck. Like you can't look away. Sometimes you're like, I have to know.
My thing's the psychology of it all.
Curtis, Ryan Murphy did O.J. Simpson, and if you haven't watched it, what is The People versus O.J. Simpson?
Yeah.
Is phenomenal.
It's considered his best season of television, like ever.
Oh, it's easily
over everything.
Did you watch the Bill Clinton one?
Yeah, that
I have not watched the Bill Clinton one yet. No,
it was good too.
It was pretty
good.
That's Beanie Feldstein, right? Doesn't she play what's her name?
I think so.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty good.
Maybe we'll do like a serial killer draft one day or something if we get.
Oh my god, that's so insensitive. We can't do a serial killer draft. No,
not me. Like, ooh.
We're gonna be so canceled if we do that. No, we can't do that. So who's your favorite serial killer? No, we can't do that. I have a favorite, but no, we will get canceled. Can't do
I'm interested. Like I'm 5 episodes in. And I'm on an episode that is making me really, really sad to watch. Who has watched it here?
The what?
I only watched the first
the Dahmer.
I haven't watched it yet. It's on my list.
I don't know if this is true or not, but there's a full-blown episode on a victim that was deaf, and it's just like
the deaf and mute guy. Yeah,
it's just like it makes my heart just drop. And it's a full-blown episode focused on this one guy.
How much do you know about Dahmer? Because I'm about to break.
I don't know a lot.
Okay, then I won't spoil. Then I won't spoil something that's terrible.
So
yeah.
But yeah, so I'm interested in that. It's very curious how they're doing this show.
There's so many faces in the chat, and I love seeing it.
There are. It's awesome. They come for the serial killers. They're coming for the serial
They're like,
killers.
Wait,
y'all were gonna.
What
get
are they
canceled.
talking about? Yeah, they're just waiting for us to cancel us.
Yeah.
Dan's showing up here after he just tried to break the internet with his picture.
Right? Yeah, handsome Dan. This is why that's your name, sir. This is why I only refer to you as handsome Dan.
Out there. He definitely threw a thirst trap out there.
Handsome Dan with his thirst trap. Listen, Dan, I see you.
Yeah. All right, let's get to it. We have a couple. We have a couple topics to talk about tonight. And we're going to talk about Harry Potter first. There's a couple pieces to this puzzle. About a week ago or sometime last week, it came out that Warner Brothers is kind of shifting around, and there was this breakdown from the Hollywood Reporter on what David Zaslav, who is now head of Warner Brothers, is kind of intending to do. And in part of this whole breakdown, it was revealed that he wants to continue making Harry Potter movies with J.K. Rowling. And obviously, if you pay attention to the entertainment industry, you know that she made some very, very controversial quotes and comments. I think it was about 2 years ago now, I think.
Trash.
Garbage.
And so this came out, and it was very interesting to a lot of the public eye of like, okay, Harry Potter, you want to make more Harry Potter movies, cool, but why are you doing it with J.K. Rowling, right? And he specifically said in the quote, he said, let me go and pull it up. He said, we haven't had a Superman movie in 13 years. We haven't done a Harry Potter movie in 15 years, implying that he's not talking about Fantastic Beasts. The DC and Harry Potter movies provided a lot of profits for Warner Brothers over the past 25 years. And he said, we're going to focus on franchises. And then he brought up J.K. Rowling as well. And I wanted to connect the dots to this as well, because about 2 weeks ago, obviously in the lead up to his Weird Al film, Daniel Radcliffe spoke out against her, essentially.
Yeah.
Saying some comments about
huge with trans rights.
And I'll read just a couple quotes from him real quick. He said, the reason I felt very, very much as though I needed to say something when I did was because, particularly since Potter, I've met so many queer and trans kids and young people who had a huge amount of identification with Potter on that. And so seeing them hurt on that day, I was like, well, I wanted to know that not everybody in the franchise felt that way. And that was really important. And then he continued and said, it's clear that we need to do more to support transgender and non-binary people, not invalidate their identities and not cause further harm. And that was like a very large quote that you can go and read. He continues to say that he's worked with the Trevor Project and so many other things that connect the dots to those type of people. So I wanted to kind of talk about both. We can talk about one first or just talk about both. But obviously, we have some very huge Harry Potter people on this panel. Brian and Jill are both very big Potter nerds, and Molly and I are as much fans, but they're obviously like the professionals when it comes to this. And I wanted to just kind of open the door to talking about whether or not we want the movies. Obviously, I know that we're all already going to say we don't want Rowling involved. But then Radcliffe's comments as well, and maybe the future and how they kind of go about it. Because it's clear that they don't care about Fantastic Beasts. They don't. He said it outright. He said they haven't made a Harry Potter movie in 15 years. He mentioned nothing about the Beast movies. So they're clearly focused on Potter. And he said that he wants to continue to make him with J.K. Rowling.
None of them are going to come back with this trash ass lady
behind
it. So what are they? I don't know what he's thinking.
No, it makes no sense. And you can scream to the rafters, that we haven't had a Harry Potter movie in however many years, but like J.K. Rowling wrote the Fantastic Beasts movies, and look how hot trash garbage those were. So we want to bring her back to continue the Harry Potter franchise? Are you fucking kidding me? No. And everyone's saying in the chat, she had these really fucking turf takes, and she doubled down on them. She wrote a book.
She's doubled, tripled, quadrupled.
She wrote a freaking book about a guy who gets canceled because of his anti-trans takes. And was like, oh, it's not a real life story. I'm like, bitch, this is literally a memoir of your life. You need to get get
under a ghost author's name because she's
so freaking dumb. And she had this disgusting tweet where people were calling her out on her, and they're like, how do you sleep at night dealing with those? She's like, well, I look at the number in my bank account and it makes me feel so much better. I'm like, you are
I didn't know about any
I didn't hear this.
So this is why I'm glad that I brought this up and I wanted to talk about this, because I knew of the stink about it, but I didn't know the details. So I'm glad I'm hearing about it now.
It hurts me. I mean, me personally, it hurts me so much because you guys all know me. I adore Harry Potter. I grew up with Harry Potter. It meant so much to me in my life. And the fact that the person who created it is this super turf and is super discriminatory against, transgender people. And it's why? What is it just makes me so it makes me so mad. It makes
so
me so
tragic.
Mad. It is. It really is. It's like you created people's childhoods off of this literal magical universe that you created, and I was so confused when all of this nonsense started happening, because I was like, didn't you you purposely made Dumbledore a gay character, which was great at the time, and now I'm thinking about it, I'm like, well, did you just do it just to get a congratulations card? What was your point behind this?
She
now
check the box out of
now that's what it feels like, because back when it happened, it was oh my god, it was this big great
thing. It just made her more money.
it's like
The time.
I'm on one tonight. Sorry, guys.
I know you are.
I'm
sorry.
drinking.
I'm not
drinking
trying
a
to laugh at
tiki
it, but
cocktail.
Brian's making these comments. It's just
No, I'm drinking a tiki cocktail, and I adore like pretty much every single cast member. I don't think anyone from the Harry Potter series has been like, oh, JK's right. Like Daniel, Rupert, Emma, like Tom, like all of the big main characters are like, no, she's trash. We don't agree with this. Please donate to like, these LGBTQ like things. Like there's a really famous picture with Emma Watson wearing like, I think it's like a protect trans youth shirt or something along those lines.
She's always been really big.
He has always been.
Even to the point where she like pretty much retired from acting to do charity work and be in the forefront of that stuff.
Yes, exactly. And the fact that the person who created the world that made her, famous is this super like it's so unfortunate because it's like I love Harry Potter so much, but now it's like this whole universe is tainted because the person who created it is just so hateful for no reason and will just not listen to anybody trying to have a kind discussion with her. She's just like, no, I'm not going to hear it. Like, so anyway, back to the main topic at hand while I get off my soapbox. I think making a movie with JK is just such like, don't they see the discourse of what's happening with it? Like, people are already boycotting the video game that's coming out. What do you think they're going to do with the movie? Like, how well did Fantastic Beasts do? And of course, Daniel and like, if they want to do, Ray Fiennes came out to defend her. Well, he was Voldemort, so he was, anyway.
That checks out.
Checks. It's like, so if they're gonna do like, what the fuck are they gonna do? Are they gonna do Cursed Child? Like, because that's really the only thing they could do.
Oh, yeah, he wants to. 100%.
Well,
but people hated Cursed Child. It's a great stage play.
I actually loved it.
See, I also liked Cursed Child. So I'm the very small minority that
it's hard to look into the comments more than like saying a Harry Potter movie, meaning taking on the cast of Harry Potter, but he could very well mean like spinning off from a story that we met inside Harry Potter or a character from the Harry Potter movies, right?
I think he meant to say meant it as a Wizarding World. I think.
I don't know, man, because he said Harry Potter in 15 years.
I doubt he realizes the difference between saying Harry Potter and Wizarding World.
He probably doesn't.
And like, I'm reading the article now, and it just, I don't know this person, but they just sound greedy. Yeah. Like, what could make us money? Yeah, let's make more Harry Potter movies. And like, he probably doesn't even realize all of the drama behind J.K. Rowling. Which is so sad to know that the CEO of such a giant corporation is just like, yeah, whatever. Yeah. Let's do it.
And like outside of, just keeping, if you were to keep JK's comments outside the window just for this quick moment, the Fantastic Beasts movies written by her are awful.
Garbage.
They are not great movies. And so
the first one was great. First one was solid.
Yeah, but
she's great in novels. She can't write a screenplay.
She can, and if you want to make good Harry,
reread Harry Potter. Is she that great of a writer?
I mean, she did.
I haven't read them, so I can't say.
For a long time. I will give her that.
I haven't read the books.
Are they like mildly offensive in certain areas? Absolutely. Like, does she use stereotypes that are very offensive? Yes. They are very
I mean, George Lucas did that too.
Exactly. I mean, you could probably go back
but he
and do
didn't
that.
Double down on discriminatory takes.
No.
Yeah.
He learned as he grew.
And did George Lucas do it just 2 years ago?
Yeah. So.
No.
Like in this,
the last
time that we're living in.
I mean, not counting Cursed Child, her last book was 2007. So it wasn't that far ago. Does he mean that the last movie 15 years ago was the book? Because his math's way off.
Well, so
Billy
said the same thing about Superman. Keep in mind that these movies are actually filmed years before they're released, which is what he's probably talking about.
Okay, but Harry Potter wasn't filmed, or the last movie wasn't filmed 5 years before it came out.
No.
Well, I mean, the round number of development. Yeah, I mean, it very well could be. Yeah.
I was gonna say this, that you have one Asian character in the entire film, and you name her Cho Chang.
Yeah.
It's like that's just embarrassing.
It's like it's stuff like that, or it's like really, really sweetie.
Or the any of the crap. The ones that work in the bank. I'm having an absolute brain fart right
now.
The warlock, or not the warlocks.
They're
goblins.
Goblins. Thank
goblins.
you. Yeah.
Look at Molly.
Yay!
Molly.
I did that goblin bank ride at Universal
a couple months ago.
It was great.
It's actually a very fun ride. And then again, in the video game that's coming out, you know, they made the goblins the villains, and it's that whole characterization is like very anti-Semitic. And
is that why people are kind of boycotting the game right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and JK, and like it's.
I figured it was JK. I didn't know about the goblin part of it. I didn't know about
the goblin. Yeah, the characterization. The goblins are very anti-Semitic. Yeah.
And they're always.
I'm wondering if can they do Harry Potter movies, like stories and movies, without J.K. Rowling's permission?
No.
So
it's very similar. It's very similar to George Lucas. Like George Lucas had to sell the franchise for someone to make Star Wars. J.K. has to let go of it for them to make Harry Potter.
If she likes the money in her bank so much, maybe she will sell it one day.
Seriously,
she never will, because she doesn't even have to do anything. She makes money off the theme parks.
Mm-hmm. And the merch.
She can literally do nothing, and she just sit there, and she's making money off the theme parks.
Maybe
it's so sad.
I mean, I bought Jill a Harry Potter sweatshirt. That money straight to JK. You know.
I love that Harry Potter sweatshirt. It's so comfy. But like,
I'm not buying anything Harry Potter again, Jill.
I mean, no. Well, that's like my internal struggle, right? Is because like, I mean, I know I can probably speak for a lot of Harry Potter fans, where it's like, Harry Potter meant so freaking much to me growing up.
Yeah.
But it's like,
I mean, I have a best friend who has always tattooed on her.
Yeah. Oh God, yeah. I have friends that one of my best friends.
I'm doing that.
Christiane has always tattooed on her.
So one of my best friends.
That's literally my next tattoo.
Love. One of my best friends has in the books, like next to the page numbers, there's 3 stars. And she has that tattooed on her wrist. It's a very subtle Harry Potter tattoo. And she's like, I'm gonna cover it up because like I can't support this anymore. And it's so freaking unfortunate that the hatred of the person who created it has tainted literally an entire generation of like people who loved this world. And it's like I still love Harry Potter, and I love watching the movies, and I like, you know, the theme park, but it's like it's frustrating. It's so frustrating.
It is 8 films that were what it was. When did Sorcerer's 2001? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
2001.
1 to 12. 1 to 12. So 11 years.
2001 or 2012.
2001 to 2011.
Okay.
So it was a full childhood.
It was
literally my childhood.
Not just our generation, but also when you think of it, when it comes to like a larger audience of Star Wars at the time had the prequels coming out, but then you also had Harry Potter. Those were the 2 franchises that were thriving in theaters, midnight screenings, standing out in line, buying tickets. There were really there were a couple other franchises that maybe had some movies, but it was Harry Potter and Star Wars that were the 2 films that were coming out and standing out and thriving and pushing all of this stuff forward. And now because the creator can't get her shit together, that's all going to go away. That is all going to go away.
Never has there been one other time where people were waiting 2 to 3 hours in line for a book.
Mm-hmm. I remember going to get the book with my friend. Yeah.
Twilight.
I was Twilight.
Can we not bring up Twilight, please?
Sorry.
I immediately think back to when the last book came out. I've said this story. I went to Hawaii for my graduation present. That was my dad's present to my family, was we're going to Hawaii. And the only thing I care about is like, I'm not going unless you can guarantee that book's in my hand. And it's just like that And I spent 3 hours of my vacation in Hawaii waiting in line for the last Harry Potter book.
Yeah.
And then the next day,
I would have done the same thing, right?
Oh, 100%. And the
totally
next
would've.
day, you're sitting around the pool, and everyone around the pool is reading the book.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone around the book. You'll never probably see that ever again with a book. A book in today's world, especially.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Harry, and Jane mentioned it, but it's Harry Potter and Hunger Games, the two franchises
Hunger
for
Games was a
books that
big
you
one
were kind of
too.
doing the same thing, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But on the Hunger Games doesn't have someone that's very bad leading it right now. So
a lot of this
they
reminds
just
me.
murder kids.
Yeah.
A lot of this reminds me of Buffy because of all the Joss Whedon.
Oh, the Joss Whedon
drama.
stuff.
Oh,
Like,
that
I
was
had
so
to-
bad.
I had to go through something very similar with like dealing with him and the idea of all of that stuff, and I don't know, it's hard because yeah, you should still be able to enjoy the content and the thing itself that makes you happy, but it's always going to be in the back of your mind that
100%.
like, am I a bad person for doing this? And like that's the shitty part. Like you can never really escape that feeling.
That is so
It's
interesting that you
hard.
bring that up because, and it's not to this extent, but I just thought of it with Allison Mack in Smallville.
Yes.
You were not allowed to speak her
Speaking
name.
of
Yeah,
Vow.
you
You
haven't
watched
seen
The
the
Vow.
vow, Jake.
I'm
Go
just
watch
saying,
The
I
Vow.
can't watch Smallville now without thinking
Jake,
of that.
go watch that
It's
and then
got-
really try to watch.
Go watch
Smallville.
the vow, Jake.
It's got Callie from Battlestar Galactica too.
Yeah.
She was part of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
And then
I didn't know
Bonnie
that.
Peace
Okay.
from
And
Star Wars.
Jake, she's in this season defending it.
She
Okay,
is.
well, maybe I'll record myself watching it for the
Please,
POV.
Which I'm just
please,
like, oh my
Jake,
God.
please. I need.
Maybe
to,
I'll
I need
do it.
your
Maybe I'll
thoughts.
do it for the Patreon members if they'd want
I
something.
need
The
your
Vow.
thoughts, Jake. I need your thoughts.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you like docuseries about cults and stuff like that.
Anyway,
no.
okay. Back to Harry Potter real quick. So, look, I don't want to finish this conversation off on bad notes just because Harry Potter is such a big thing in the entertainment industry. It's gigantic. It's one of the biggest and will always be one of the biggest.
I will.
So our thoughts are out there about the JK Warner Brothers situation, but I do want to ask you guys, if you were given the keys to the Harry Potter kingdom and they said, hey, we want something new in the wizarding world that's kind of slightly connected to the Harry Potter movies that we've had before, what would you want? What is the one thing you would want to see from the Harry Potter movies that connects to those movies that we got 15 years ago?
Dumbledore during his time at Hogwarts when he was a student.
That's good.
Ooh.
Okay, so essentially a prequel.
But like super
And
prequel. Because the
Yeah,
prequel
it's
we
very
had
far
because
ahead, yeah.
Fantastic Beasts is a prequel.
Yeah,
But like
yeah.
I want
stuck with me.
first year at Dumbledore is a first year at Hogwarts.
What did I say?
You said something. This isn't my choice. This is just something she said a long time ago that stuck with me was Snape's early years and have Adam Driver be the
Well, Gordon Post, the Marauders.
Yeah.
What are
Yes.
the Marauders?
Jake.
I don't know what those are either.
Oh my god, Molly.
Can you imagine though? That would be
The
Okay, so
Marauders-
real quick,
the
before we get
Marauders-
on to
the
too many
Marauders
things
map,
at one time.
It's Lupin.
Oh.
It's Padfoot.
Oh,
Krongs, it's
okay.
Mara-
So
it's the- it's
is it what
James-
Dan Nice? Is it what Dan Nice said? The Order of the Phoenix 1.0?
No.
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 Okay.
No. Order of the
It's-
Phoenix 1.0 is Harry's parents and the Weasleys and Sirius.
Oh.
So that is so the
That
so the
could be
Marauders
dope.
the Marauders are in Order of the Phoenix 1.0,
Yeah.
but it's I guess the
Okay,
Marauders.
so
I
there's
guess that
too
would
many
be like-
things
Jake-
going on.
Jake saw Vapions and immediately that was his.
There's two. Vapion, don't you dare take my idea. That was already my idea. Damn it! I'll get to it in a second. There's too many things going on. So Jill, you said Dumbledore years at Hogwarts.
Yes.
That is the one thing that you would want to see.
Closely followed by the Marauders because I like the Marauders thing too.
Okay.
That's a cool one.
Brian, you are a Snape prequel.
No. That was just
Okay.
something she said a very long time ago that I've always been like, oh god, that'd be so good. Like the
Okay.
early years of Snape being played by Adam Driver. No, I want the formation of Hogwarts with the four
Also the founders.
the founders. I want the
Oh.
creation of Hogwarts.
That could be interesting. That could be very.
I think
interesting.
That'd be
because
fun.
I mean you already have an antagonist in Salazar Slytherin
Mhm.
between those other three people that formed Hogwarts. So I think that would be, I mean, there's a little bit about the history of it, but like you can literally just go batshit because the only thing connecting to the Harry Potter movies would just be the fact that it's Hogwarts. So you can literally,
which
I think
is a great idea. I think that's a great idea.
The creation of Hogwarts would be so, because I mean you have these four drastically different people that are trying to create one solid thing. Yeah, you can have the ghosts too, because those would probably be people that were
nearly headless. Nick, you could see how he died.
Mhm.
Exactly.
How he became nearly headless.
How he became nearly headless.
Yeah, I think the formation, the fact that hasn't even been like kind of touched on, still blows my mind
because they don't know what they're doing, Brian.
She doesn't.
That is why.
Exactly. I know.
Curtis has a good one here. Dobby's origin story.
Thank you, Chase.
Oh,
Dobby. Justice for Pinky. Justice for Pinky.
Yeah, or Pinky.
Winky. Pinky, Winky.
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 Come on, you nerds. Get it together.
You didn't know who the Marauders were? You can sit right back down, sir.
Yeah. We were trying
what
to
about you? What about
Pinky
you, Molly?
Winky.
What is the one thing that you would like to see from Harry Potter?
La la. Po.
the one thing
Now
that
the
I would
chat's
like
gonna
to
correct
see
me. I see you, chat.
with Harry Potter, I don't see, because I haven't read the books, I don't know the lore behind it very well, so I don't know exactly what the story would be. However, I would like to see the gays take back Harry Potter, and I want to see an all-drag Broadway musical.
Harry Potter.
Oh my god.
Harry Potter. Yes. Serve it to me on a platter.
I need it.
That's what I want to see.
Have you seen Have you seen the drag shows that are Harry Potter themed? Have you like seen the videos of those? They do Harry Potter nights.
Yeah.
They do Harry Potter nights. Oh my god, Molly.
There's not enough time in the world for me to do the things I need to do.
Ah.
I want to see like the clubs at Hogwarts. Like every high school had
there was an
gay straight alliance. Like give us that in Hogwarts to see what
the
happens.
Gay Straight Alliance Club.
Yeah.
Give us the Stonewall of Hogwarts. We know it's there.
Yes. Oh, there totally was one. There was totally a Stonewall moment.
Yes.
Yes.
I think mine's pretty obvious, but I would love to see it. I don't know what it's exactly called, but the Quidditch Cup. That's what I want to see.
That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Quidditch World Cup.
The Quidditch World Cup.
Perfect. I want to see that. It's a sports thing. It's the exact reason why I want to see pod racing in Star Wars. I want to see Quidditch and Harry Potter.
Give us more pod racing.
It's
If
just
we get a pod racing miniseries for Star Wars, like I would eat that shit up.
No,
I have a draft waiting to be told.
You can literally make one of these. Like, I immediately think of like Friday Night Lights, the TV show. You could do that with Quidditch. You could do that with pod racing, and 100%. 100%. Phenomenal.
All right, before we move on, I want to get through these comments of some suggestions here. So we ran through a couple of these, but Dan and I said Order of the Phoenix 1.0. Gordon said the Marauders. Billy said the Goblin Rebellion.
I dig that.
No, that's actually a pretty big thing.
Oh, is it an actual thing?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he was making a reference to the whole Goblin thing. Oh, okay. Vapion said remember the Titans with Quidditch. Mm-hmm. Jane said explain where some of the Department of Mystery objects came from.
That would be fun. Like Mr. Weasley's job, where
that'd be cool.
That would be funny.
The Muggle artifacts.
Yeah, the Muggle artifacts. Trying to figure things out.
I love that.
Gordon says Harry's parents. Mm-hmm. Billy says Harry's dad and his friends as the Marauders.
They are the Marauders. He was.
They are the Marauders.
Because you were like, "What are the Marauders?" I was like,
"Oh, got it. Okay."
It's
Andy
James.
says, "Just give me a Friends."
A Friends. Yes,
Friends
give me a Friends series.
Jake, he's the Minotaur in the first movie.
I am down for that.
He was a much more prominent character in the books.
Got it. Okay.
I want to know what he did with what's her name?
Umbridge.
Mm-hmm. We don't know.
We actually do know.
We do, but I mean, she came back at the end of the books and stuff.
John Boo says, seeing the events of the last couple of movies from Dean Thomas's point of view, leading a separate group of students during year 7.
Oh, Rosencrantz. Can we get a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern? Like
I have no idea.
Centaur. Excuse me.
Oh my
Everyone's
God.
correcting me.
Okay,
Sorry.
So listen.
Centaur.
Wow.
What'd you say? Minotaur?
Minotaur. Yeah.
Rosencrantz
Jesus,
and
Brian.
Guildenstern is
Sorry.
Fake fan.
Rosencrantz and Guildenstern is a Shakespeare. It is a Shakespeare thing, and it is from the. Is it Much Ado? It's either Much Ado. I think it's Much Ado About Nothing. I think, but it's from the point of view of like these very minor side characters in the background of like a major Shakespearean play, and then they gave them their own story, and it's a Rosencrantz and Guildenstern, and I want that, but for like a Dean Thomas or
That would be cool.
Hamlet. Thank you. I went to college
in the chat.
I went to college for
reference.
theater, guys.
Dan,
I should have known
Dan,
that,
actually me.
It's Hamlet. Thanks, guys. I knew it was Shakespeare.
You've been actually.
I know. Right?
Last two here. This one's from Jane. Some vampire or other half-human creature stuff would be great. And Gordon's final one here. What about a movie based around dragons in the Harry Potter universe?
I
love me some dragons. Give me a House of Dragon in the Harry Potter world. I'm all for it.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, some heavy incest in the Harry Potter world. With...
Incest. Well, have you seen?
I mean,
the Black Family Tree?
That is true. The 10 wizarding families do all bang.
The 10 wizarding family.
Oh my God! Give me the 10 wizarding families then.
The Weasleys are the one exception where there's like really no incest, but like
that is your Harry Potter universe. There's your Harry Potter series right there. It's Game of Thrones for Harry Potter.
The pure blood families. Just
boom.
House of the pure blood dragons.
Like, we're on to something.
We are definitely on to something. 100%. Yes.
There's the fact that there's so much you can easily do and that there's nothing happening. Nothing.
Well, unfortunately, we have the same conversation with Star Wars every single week. So yeah,
Star Wars is picking up a little bit.
It's happening just very slowly.
All right, we do have to move forward. That kind of wraps up our Harry Potter conversation. Any final words before we move on? Anything?
I didn't realize we had this many Harry Potter nerds in our chat.
Harry Potter nerds and theater nerds.
I know. It was,
in the chat.
That was probably the nerdiest conversation we've had, and I loved it.
Nerds, I see you.
Yeah.
I am one of you, and thank you for correcting me.
Molly, I cannot stop thinking about like just drag queen, like RuPaul's drag race of Harry Potter world now.
Mm-hmm.
Like, can you imagine them doing their like outfits with their wands and coming out on stage? And
that's what Dumbledore did during his downtime, and McGonagall was there to support him. Like, McGonagall was the ally queen. Like, we all know this. Anyway.
What's that show? I think I started it and like never finished it. Pose.
Oh,
like the
Molly.
early.
Pose.
I know.
I
know. I need to watch it, but like that in the Harry Potter universe.
Molly, you still need to watch RuPaul.
Fucking heart.
I know.
Molly, you can't use RuPaul gifs in your videos and not have watched RuPaul's
I'm a bad
Race.
gay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know.
We'll sit down after the wedding. When you come back from the wedding, we'll sit down. We'll have drinks and we'll watch RuPaul.
For a second, I thought you meant your wedding, and I was like, God, you're giving her a year and a half? Like, Jesus.
No, God, no. She has a wedding this weekend. No.
Maybe that's what the next POV reaction is going to be, is you guys watching RuPaul.
We'll do it.
God, I'm so
we'll get
down.
we'll get really drunk and watch RuPaul.
All right, look, we do have to move on. We have two other topics to talk about. Continue on kind of the
heteros getting us
soapboxy tea train here. There was someone new in charge of the Twitter universe.
Oh God. Wait, back on my soapbox. Okay.
Back on the soapbox here. Mr. Elon Musk has officially boarded as head of Twitter. It's come with a lot of changes already. Half of the Twitter workforce has been cut. There is now a charge fee to get a check mark on Twitter.
And we already learned why that's a bad choice.
And we already learned why that is something that's not going to work out. There's not going to be a whole giant conversation about this, but we obviously wanted to give our thoughts just because, look, when it comes to entertainment news, when it comes to stuff like this, for us being able to promote ourselves, Twitter is without a doubt the place to do it. It is the place to post things, right? It's the place to get news first. It's where everyone goes to be able to do things as far as news, entertainment, whatever it may be, promote themselves. I mean, look, we saw Dan do a thirst trap earlier on Twitter. That's just what you can do.
Wait, pause. Did Griffey get suspended for his tweet?
He did it. He pretended to be him.
No, I know, but he said it was a parody.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. If you use his name, he's getting rid of it.
You'd think
Wow.
Elon Musk would follow his own rules, but no.
Wow.
No, they suspended Griffey.
Yeah.
What a piece
Wow.
of shit.
That's crazy.
Fuck.
No wonder he didn't respond to my message. Yeah.
No.
It's not there anymore.
I messaged him and he.
Jake, you should go see if the old conversation between him is just like blank now.
Let me see.
It's
I gotta
okay. I'll
look.
find other ways of communication to get to him. Me and Mr. the King. I'll message the King.
Yeah, we can go through someone else.
We
but-
have avenues.
Oh my god.
You can
Is he
just make a new
really?
Twitter, but
His Twitter name is now Elon Musk.
Yeah,
That's why he got suspended.
that's why
Is
he got
it still
suspended.
up?
so many
I didn't know
people
it
are
did that.
doing
So yes,
though.
it's Elon Musk, 0 followers, 0 following, and it's
Yeah.
at Griff Lightning.
Yeah, he did it last night.
What a piece of shit. So
No,
okay,
that's Griffey's.
well I know, and I'm calling
Oh, okay.
Elon Musk a piece of shit,
Oh, okay, then yeah.
dude.
It's so messed up, and like for me, I don't remember when we first started on Twitter, but like I've worked really hard because like when we started out on the channel, Alex wasn't really interested in doing the social media stuff, so that's what I started doing.
You're gonna let Alex run social
And-
media?
I built a pretty darn good. Like I'm looking at our Twitter now, and
Molly, you killed it. You
Killing
killed
it.
it.
we still have
killed it.
our blue check mark for now. I don't know how long that'll last because we're not going to pay for it, but 142,000
I'm gonna try to
followers.
impersonate you guys.
I'm pretty proud of that. But like now it means almost nothing for the direction where this is all going because yeah, I get a lot of my news from Twitter and I have a lot
get
of
everything
like,
from Twitter.
trusted people that I follow specifically for news on Twitter, and now it's like the blue check mark means nothing.
No,
and it's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's
$8.
unfortunate because the blue check mark, like obviously it's a notoriety of like, look, you have done your due diligence of what you are trying to accomplish, right? But it's also for those who are of celebrity status, it's for them to separate themselves from the fake
Sorry.
Gio, that was good. That was good.
Sorry.
Gio.
How would
maybe.
he sign off the videos?
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm keeping the 2 ends, Gio.
That was good, Gio.
Go back to
That
your
was
little corner, you turd.
Good job, Gio.
It's look, the blue check mark is also a thing to separate the real celebrities from the people who are impersonating them, right? Because now, if that celebrity doesn't want to pay the $8, someone can impersonate them, and you will not know if they're real or not.
Elon Musk.
You won't. Yeah, like
Funny.
there's multiple facets to the blue check mark, and now that you have to pay for it, is just there's no value to it anymore, which sucks.
But poor baby Elon needs to get his billions of dollars back, and how is he going to do that? You know,
I hope he gets bullied off Twitter and just gives it up.
Right. Well, they said I read today that he's going to have to start. He's got
selling Tesla stock, right?
With advertisers. If he doesn't like recuperate in like a week or two, he has to start selling Tesla. And
it's a joke. His plan for Twitter is such a joke. That's why I'm like, I hope he just crashes and burns.
I read it once, but I don't know if it came back around. But we're gonna have to start paying to post videos. I think is that what it said.
What?
I don't know. Well, I think if you pay for the blue check mark, you can post long videos.
Longer videos is what I heard.
Okay.
So we're all going to Tumblr, right?
So he wants to.
Yeah, they let nudity's back on Tumblr now.
We're going back to Tumblr, bitches. Let's
Jane,
go.
look at Jane. Jane's got it down. There you go.
I mean, it's only a matter of time.
Well, no, did you guys see that Ryan Reynolds left the day it happened and he joined Tumblr?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
So
Tumblr
people are
is
going
genius.
from Twitter. Tumblr is going to get revived. Tumblr is going to get revived
because they were like, "Oh, Twitter's a hot mess. All right, boobies can be back on."
It's 100%. Tumblr's on the revival train. Tumblr's 100% going to get revived. 100%.
I saw a tweet from the Tumblr Twitter today because someone was like, "Is anyone else's Tumblr really slow today?" And Tumblr, like the Tumblr Twitter retweeted. They're like, "Yeah, we had 12 new members, so it's gonna take a little more time." just like yeah, we're getting a lot more traction. You know, just in the Tumblr way that they said it.
Did anyone check out the Mastodon thing that people have been talking about?
I keep hearing about this. I don't really understand.
I don't know what it is. It's just another social media platform, but apparently like the bare bones of it just cannot handle the amount of people that are trying to sign up for it. It's just a hot mess.
God. Well, I mean,
I never used Tumblr though. I need to.
Oh, I was a Tumblr fucking queen.
Tumblr is essentially Twitter and Pinterest as one.
Basically,
Tumblr's like a straight up blog site you create.
Yeah, that's a great way of saying it. It's very bloggy. It's very
bloggy. I used to role play back on Tumblr.
Do you still have your Tumblr account?
Like my personal one? I'd have to probably figure out the email and password, but I think it's still there.
I had a live journal. I was pretty big into that.
Live journal.
That's kind of what Tumblr is, I think.
Nikki DeMolanta tweeted Zanga. Did anyone have a Zanga back in the day?
I did.
Zanga.
What the hell is Zanga?
It's the same thing, like a blog posting.
It's basically
website.
a live journal.
It's live journal.
I mean, the lady that made Heartstopper, she literally just drew her stuff and put it on Tumblr, and then it picked up traction, and basically, I mean, she made a living off of it now.
Oh yeah,
but that's also like that is also a great example of how
GeoCities.
I had a Sailor Moon GeoCities website.
Queen.
I wish I knew what happened to it, but I worked really hard on it.
Queen.
Brian, what you were saying about Tumblr and the posting, that's also why Twitter was so important for so long and these are the people that I follow on Twitter, but I follow a lot of people who are graphic artists, posters, fan-made stuff, whether they draw Star Wars posters or Marvel posters or whatever. And a lot of the time, this is how they get found. Like, this is how they get found by a viral tweet. I mean, look at Brian's viral tweet. Brian got
famous for a day.
Yeah, Brian got a shit ton more followers because of it.
Club Penguin.
What's Club Penguin?
Club Penguin. We're getting back on Club Penguin.
Club Penguin was like a little kids website that had just
Club
games
Penguin.
and stuff like that, and everything was penguins. And
what about Neopets, guys?
That's almost exactly what that's like exactly what Club Penguin was.
Neopets was my freaking jam.
Neopets is my jam, man.
Yeah.
I had a little store that I actually learned how to do HTML code.
Me too. I had a Harry Potter themed store. Like, it was all HTML, and I had like music and like a background and like gifs that were like sparkly. Oh yeah, dude, Neopets and oh my god, RuneScape, Jane. Fucking yes, RuneScape.
These are all blowing my mind. I have no idea what
RuneScape.
Toontown.
Anyone else play Toontown in here? Who played?
I was out playing sports 24/7. Sorry, I apologize.
I was on a lot of the AOL.
AOL chat room.
Oh,
I know what AOL chat room is.
That's where I did my role playing. Me and my friends would do Star Wars or
Harry
just
Potter
fantasy Lord of the Rings role playing in the AIM or in the AOL chat rooms, and it was wild.
Oh my god, Molly, imagine if we used to talk to each other on AOL chat.
My intros were this long.
Same. You had your name, your age, your sexual orientation, the biography,
your eye color, how you walked into the room.
Yeah. Yes. You copied and pasted every couple minutes because the chat would get so big.
You're like, I'm still here.
I'm still here. Hi,
Cheryl said, are my Neopets still alive? That's how I feel about my Animal Crossing. I'm like, I don't even want to go back to my island. I'm afraid they're all just gonna be dead there or something.
I would just restart my island at this point.
I can't bring myself.
That's why you have to join a cult, we just did.
Yeah.
That's why Sean created a cult, because Twitter is.
I was going to bed and then I stayed up for 3 hours watching Sean create a sheep cult.
Dude, I had to text him because I was like, babe, it's 2 a.m. We should probably go to bed.
I was awake. I was literally going to bed, and then all of a sudden I'm like, God damn it, I'm watching Sean play as a sheep cult leader with little things going beep, 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 beep.
It's the best.
Yeah, and now I'm addicted to playing it.
No, Chase, not Elon killing the Neopets.
No.
So sad.
But anyway, welcome to POV. We kind of go off back to the conversation at hand. I always felt like this was Elon's Napoleon complex thing, where he was like, I need to buy Twitter because people are being mean to me and so He took a loan. Mind you, he took out a loan to buy Twitter.
Oh yeah, his mouth. What is it? His mouth wrote a check. His ass can't.
His ass couldn't cash. Yeah, no.
Yeah,
he couldn't buy Twitter outright. He had to get a loan to buy Twitter. Y'all know that Elon is couch surfing on like people like in people's homes, right? Like that's like a thing. But this was definitely his Napoleon complex, and it's so funny that like with the whole fucking $8 checkmark thing, because again, going back to the Griffey Newman thing, that in itself is proving why you don't want to just have random people pay for check marks, because they can put your name as the whatever and pretend you're that person. Are you kidding me? Also, there was a statistic done on the amount of hate speech that went up in the time that Elon bought the thing, because people were like, oh, free speech is back. It's like, okay, it was like, what couldn't, here's the thing, what couldn't you say on Twitter before Elon Musk? Like, do you really want to be that much of a piece of shit where you can say things that'll get you like permabanned from Twitter? Like, all right, cool, I'll check you off, like whatever. You wouldn't have been on my list to begin with.
But freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech of being a piece of shit jackass. Holy
Did you all see, speaking of all the Elon Musk shade, did you see what he wore to Heidi Klum's Halloween party?
If that wasn't the pure example of like
what was
a douche trying to be cool,
Yeah.
I don't know what is. He basically
was just
dressed
like
up
in
as
this
like a warrior.
like random dollar store version of a medieval knight. I don't know. He just like took pictures on the red carpet, like flexing, and I was like, no, ew.
I literally
complex
was just so thrown off because I was gonna make a joke earlier and that I had Dan as my lock screen, which I did. And so like I went. Wait,
do we know that person?
That's him.
Yeah, that's Dan.
That's handsome Dan.
Oh
I forgot I was gonna make a joke with it earlier, so I went to go look up what we were just talking about, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I was like, "Oh wait."
Molly, do you not know Handsome Dan?
I do, but I didn't know he looked like that.
That's Handsome Dan. Again, Handsome Dan.
Right, Chase?
I can't with that.
Handsome Dan.
I don't mean to change the conversation so quickly, but Molly,
I didn't have to crop it. It was perfectly made for an iPhone size. It's literally, yeah.
Thanks, Handsome Dan.
100%, Dan. 100%.
That's literally how I introduce him to people, and he gets so embarrassed by it. And I'm like, "No, you're Handsome Dan. Like that's just your name."
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, not.
Here is that Halloween costume that was being spoke of.
Yeah, he's.
Oh God.
Yeah,
he's just like, look at.
I wonder if we're gonna get blocked
so
because we
bad.
showed him on our stream.
Ugh, no. He doesn't have any jurisdiction on YouTube.
No.
Not yet.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Oh my God.
Like I don't even know what he's supposed to be.
And
He's
trying to be cool. His Halloween costume is him trying to be cool.
He spent so much more money on gender affirming medical procedures than like.
Have you seen like
trans
before and
people.
after pictures of him?
Oh, it's
Like,
terrifying.
What has he got?
hilarious.
What has he gotten? Like.
Oh,
He's
he had
just
like no
changed
hair.
Oh, I knew
everything
that.
about
I knew he
how
had
he
like a
looks.
hair transplant thing, which that's fine. Like that's people got to do what they got to do. That's okay.
Yeah, but like the fans of him who like trash talk trans, I'm like,
What? I don't understand that. Like people are like, I don't understand why people go to his defense all the time. They're like, oh, he's done
Because
so much, and
simps.
they're simp. But like,
Crazy people.
because he's gonna notice you. Like, get off his dick. Like, what?
Yeah,
what's
that's
up?
exactly what. It's the people trying to be cool. It's like you're not cool enough to be here, so we're gonna ride as much as we can on that person to be cool.
You guys want to talk?
I haven't seen Free Guy, but
Oh
an
my God,
unfinished
Molly,
bad
you're gonna
guy.
see Free
Oh
Guy,
my
it's
god!
so good.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me hold on. Let me see.
That is a great name for him. Unfinished bad guy.
God.
He's still loading.
He's just
Why
mad
am
that Grimes left him, so he's going through a
He's got
Oh,
like
yeah.
phase.
he's got like 8 kids already.
He's been divorced 3 times.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't think I knew that about how many kids he had. The more I
He's
learn
not
about
Nick
him,
Cannon bad, but he's pretty bad.
the more I learn about him, the more I'm just like, Jesus.
But is he like Steve Jobs, where he like is like, that's not my kid and fuck those kids, or is he like an actual like good
I think
parent?
he just goes with the wind. No, he's not a good parent.
Side note: Steve Jobs was also a piece of shit. So
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm kind of.
You guys want to talk about something more fun?
yeah.
I kind of don't want to change my phone screen now because it just literally
don't.
fits perfectly.
You can't change your phone screen now. It's gonna be handsome Dan
just
for
too
all
perfect.
eternity.
Should
Listen,
we
if
all
Dan
change
doesn't
it?
put himself out like that, then he's gonna understand that, like, people are.
I'm gonna need weekly
Wait,
to
we
monthly
should all
content
change
like
it.
that now.
We should all. I'm gonna. If I showed Sean, he would honestly be like, "I get it. I understand," and then he would also change his phone screen.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something a little bit more positive and fun.
Jake.
Let's.
Anyway.
Poor Jake. He gets so thrown out of our conversations. The only hetero here that's just like so
Here's
out
the
of
thing:
it.
Jake keeps us under control. Otherwise, we'd still be on the Harry Potter tangent at this
Look,
point.
the reason
we
why
wouldn't have even started the Harry Potter tangent.
my destiny and my goal in life was to create a channel to give you 3 to say whatever the fuck you want.
Hold on, wait.
So
I haven't even had alcohol today. That's what's even.
That was all mint.
Feel free to go on a soapbox anytime, Jake.
No, I mean, look,
Here's
it's
my
not that I don't.
soapbox. Take it.
It's not that I don't have more to say. It's just I know that what you guys have to say is more relevant than what I have to say.
Not all the time.
Most of the time, it is.
No.
Like most of the time, it is.
Not all the time.
And it's.
Don't sell
I'm not
yourself
mad about
short.
it.
Don't
I'm not
yeah.
like it's. Yeah, you know. Yes, there is a. I put money in this.
There's only so much that the 3 of us can listen to Jake talk about baseball.
I don't just talk
all
about
these-
baseball.
I'm kidding.
Handsome Dan.
Chase, I would agree, but I'm never changing from proposing to my wife.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Let's
sorry.
all hold our phone screens together. It's
I'm sorry. This is the
it's
greatest
close.
wallpaper to
It's
ever
close.
exist.
Mine's still Star Wars. I still have a Star Wars.
I
background.
love
That's
it.
a great
I like
background. That's a great background.
Thank you. And then my Ortholog screen background is Ahsoka.
That's good.
Wait, Jill. Wait a
Ooh.
second.
Do you still have your Clone
Mine
Wars
hasn't
Ahsoka?
changed in like 3 years.
Nope. Hey. Sorry, handsome Dan. I mean, I could just for the laugh and.
Mine will be
All
like,
right,
"Oh,
let's
look."
move on to something a little bit more positive. Let's move on to something a little and something that I have something to say about. Let's talk about some Star Wars. We have 2 topics in Star Wars. One can be a little bit quicker than the other, but I want to start with
There
the
we go.
Acolyte.
yay!
Alex is gonna see that and be like, "What the fuck, Molly?"
No, Alex is gonna see it and be like, "Damn."
Alex has that one from when he was Biggs at the beach. You can
Watch. Molly's gonna show her phone to Alex, and Alex gonna be like, "Oh, I have the same lock screen." He's
You know
already
what I'm
gonna have-
talking
he's
about,
already gonna have
Molly?
there.
Him
Oh,
and his
yeah.
orange, the Biggs thing. Yeah,
Biggs
there
at
you
the
go.
beach.
Oh, I
Yeah.
loved Biggs. Can we bring back Biggs at the beach? Bring back Biggs at the beach.
We will be at the beach this weekend, technically. so
Biggs
maybe.
at the
There you
beach.
go.
Okay, so Star Wars.
Sorry.
Star Wars, sorry.
Sorry, Jake.
Let's start with the Acolyte. We got a surprise this morning that some news was dropped about the Acolyte. We got an official cast list. We got a little BTS photo of some cast members on set. A new description for the series as well. This is the next series that is, or I guess I should say, the really first series that isn't connected to anything major in Star Wars that we know at this point in time. At the moment, it's kind of the freshest thing as far as characters and story. It's set hundreds of years before Episode 1, and we got obviously the Amandla Stenberg and Lee Jung Jae. We also have the additions of Carrie-Anne Moss and Daphne Keane, which is an incredible addition as well, among many others. Molly, I'm gonna let you go first. Just your thoughts on the Acolyte. Kind of, it's very early, obviously, not much to talk about, but how are you feeling about this show so far?
I'm so excited for this show. Just like when we originally just knew that it was Leslie Headland and near High Republic era, I was like, done. I'm sold. I loved Russian Doll. I feel like I trust Leslie Headland and what she's trying to accomplish. It feels like she's trying to get a lot planned out and done very early on. And the caliber of people that she's having involved in this is like it's so high tier, and it's going to be so good, I hope. But yeah, I don't know. I'm so intrigued by the idea of this time period and like what it's going to be about. If it's going to be a story that already exists in Star Wars, which for some reason I don't think it will be. It seems like she might want to do something new. But I hope that there's like some cool dark side stuff in it. The excerpt that StarWars.com did about it said that there was going to be like a former Padawan reunites with her Jedi master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated.
I love that so much.
I hope
they confront
a cult.
Yeah,
Cults.
Anything.
Cults are in right now.
Well, and you pair that
right now.
So hot.
So hot right now.
You pair that
Jake,
with
what movie is that from?
What?
So hot right now.
So hot right now. What movie is that from?
Catching me off guard right now.
Molly, you said it.
So hot right now?
Yeah.
So hot right now.
He's so hot right now. No?
Is it Mean Girls?
No, Zoolander.
Oh
yeah, I would have never have guessed that. Yeah.
Because it's Owen Wilson's character's name. What's his character's name?
Hansel.
Yeah, Hansel.
Hansel.
He's so hot right now.
Hansel is so hot right now.
Real quick though, something that I didn't realize, I started looking up some of the people in this list that I didn't know. Rebecca Henderson is married to Leslie Headland.
Ah, that's awesome.
And
That's
she was
awesome.
in Russian Doll. So that's awesome. I've seen people on Twitter say that it's already the queerest Star Wars.
Yeah.
And
gay Star Wars.
I mean, come on.
Well, and it was even before we
Best
knew
of
the
hetero.
official cast. Like it was Amanda Stenberg, it was Joni Turner Smith, it was Lee Jung Jang, and Manny Jacinto, I think his name might be. I forget his last name.
Jacinto, I think.
Jacinto. It was just with those four, which were the four names announced. It was already the most diverse thing we've seen in a very long time. Like it was clear that that's what they were trying to do. Molly, you mentioned the description, and you pair that with it being described as a mystery thriller. It's so exciting to think that we're kind of getting like a almost detective story in Star Wars. Like,
yes.
It's going to be a little different, obviously, because it's, the Force and everything, but it seems like we're going to be getting, which we've gotten a lot of stories in like comics and books about Jedi and Padawans going on kind of hunts for things and figure them out.
Trail of Shadows is a series of High Republic comics that's basically a detective story. If you want to check those out, they're good.
Yeah, it's super cool to think of, because I mean that's pretty much what they did. Like they were set out to solve things and solve mysteries and protect things, and now that we're getting that in live action is really cool. I do want to bring up D Train's comment real quick. He says, so Daphne King is the Padawan and Carrie-Anne Moss is the Master, I guess. I don't think that's the case at all. Personally,
I wouldn't be surprised if Lee Jung Jae is the Master.
I would love this, but I think Amanda Stenberg is the ex-Padawan and Lee Jung Jang is the ex-Master. That's kind of what I think.
They were the first ones announced being part of this whole thing, so I think they might be the main character.
And Star Wars is very much on the train right now. I'm not going to say they're going to continue with Acolyte, but they're very much on the train of female villains right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if Carrie-Anne Moss is the villain of the story.
I would love it. I think it'd be awesome.
I want it.
She plays the hero too much. Like she plays the good character a lot.
Yeah, let's give a new
I'm with
thing in
Chase.
resume.
I think she's a bad guy. They are a bad guy.
That would be amazing too. Like literally any version of the story with any of these characters, mix them up, like I'm happy with it.
Oh, Brian, you think Amanda Stenberg's the bad guy?
I think she's
Oh,
They.
are the acolyte, the
Really?
person leading the bad guys.
I think that they.
Oh,
I think
I
they
think-
is the ex Padawan. Personally, that's just my opinion.
I can
Yeah,
see that. I can see
either
I
way.
can see them as that.
I mean,
guy.
either way, she's incredible. She's great. She is so good at.
They.
She is so.
They.
Sorry,
They.
they. My
It's hard.
my
I
apologies.
forget.
I didn't realize that was their pronoun, so I'm
Um,
also learning.
They,
So
if you
thank
don't know, they played Rue in the Hunger Games movie. That's who. That's
And-
who they.
Really?
Oh, duh.
Oh my god!
That's who they is.
Did you guys see Bodies, Bodies, Bodies?
Not yet.
That is.
Does that sound
oh my
like a
God,
movie
that
I
is
would see?
Rue.
Yeah,
I think you would like it, Brian. It was a
Yeah,
horror
that's
movie,
Rue.
and
that's Rue.
it's
Oh my god, they
It's
were
very gay.
Rue.
Yeah.
Oh, you've caught my attention.
But I wanted to bring up Andy's comment too, real quick. He says, when the description says former Padawan, does that mean they're now a Jedi Knight, or they left the order as a Padawan?
It's not.
I-
clarified.
That's a good point. That's not
I'm
very
not
specific.
interested, and Molly probably knows this more than I do, but I know that we're not at the end of the High Republic era yet. What if we kind of go through another Jedi-esque purge? I
Is that a
kind of
thing
see
yet?
this.
Oh, they haven't even because that.
We don't know. I kind of see this character as almost a Kanan-esque, where they left the order or were disbanded from the order as a Padawan, and now they're kind of a Jedi Knight, but they never really finished their training.
Sounds like Ahsoka.
Sorry, I was
Similar.
looking up. Chase mentioned in the chat. She does go by she, her, or they, them.
Okay.
Okay, perfect.
So
I don't want to get someone's pronouns wrong, so
I
I'm
know.
also learning.
it could be. See, yeah, that's what I don't know, like how off the beaten path Leslie Headland plans to go with this story. Which, fun fact, she once admitted to watching our canon timeline video.
What?
Yes!
That's awesome.
Is
Now
this-
you for forever in time, you now know that she did this show knowing Star Wars canon because of you guys.
Is this is this the,
You're welcome.
Is this the, is this the person who directed She-Hulk?
No, she did Russian
No.
Doll for Netflix.
So the director of She-Hulk is doing something.
Kat Caro, I don't know what she's doing.
She was slated to help on one of the untitled movies, I think, going forward.
Okay, I was
can't
gonna
remember.
say I remember seeing something. Okay, well, I just wanted to clarify. Okay, sorry, continue.
God, I can't wait for this show.
Dude,
I
I'm
just need-
so
I just
Go
need
ahead, Brian.
dark Star Wars. Like that's what I've been waiting for so long, is like a dark Star Wars TV show or something like that. Like I don't want like children getting murdered and like that type of dark, but I need like a dark tone, like not. I mean, Andor's doing a pretty good job. It's more, but it's
Skeleton
more of
Crew.
like
Do you
a
think Skeleton Crew will have that?
Nah, it's
Yeah.
gonna be
no,
a
that
very,
won't be as dark.
that'll be
No.
like a younger, because it's about a group
Yeah.
of kids.
So
It'll
is
be
Stranger
YA.
Things.
Think of
Well, yeah.
Skeleton Crew as the Goonies. Think of Skeleton Crew as the
Yeah.
Goonies.
And that's
It'll
not
be-
dark.
Not like Stranger Things.
No.
I think it'll be dark, similar to Stranger Things, but maybe not as serious. Like Stranger Things kind of dips in and out of like
Mhm. So
serious dark
Jill,
stuff.
think because John Watts, and nothing against the directors not doing anything differently, but John Watts did the Spider-Man movies. Think of it that way.
Which ones?
The new ones
The
with
new
Tom
ones.
Holland.
Okay, got it.
So
Got
okay,
it, got it.
D-Train. I don't consider Andor dark. It's more bleak. Like it's
It's
very
more.
much-
It's more mature.
yeah.
Andor has a lot of like, bleak storylines where it's just the way that the episodes are designed to start and end. You just like the past 2 episodes, you're left feeling like hopeless,
Yeah.
but you kind of know it's gonna pop back up.
I mean,
but
I've been saying forever that I want the Sith Wars. That's the type of like dark
Oh,
that I
sign
want.
me
Like,
up.
yeah, you want
Ugh.
dark side stuff.
yeah,
Can I?
dark side, and I do want like a where it's not everything like may not turn out great in the
Yeah.
end. Like I mean, I get it. George Lucas always said, like, he always wants every single thing to end up feeling like there's hope.
Fuck that.
It's a pretty big part of Star Wars.
I kind of don't need that right now.
No
Give me a little
hope.
dark and gloomy.
No
like, I mean, why not? Like, try something new.
I do love the idea of that, and you're right. Like, I think a lot of more old school, hardcore Star Wars fans might struggle with that because it is so the idea of hope, and then everything ending up being hopeful is so deeply embedded in all of Star Wars. But I think you're right. Like, we're starting to experiment a bit more and more. Like with Andor, Andor's getting into like some insanely relevant political, just like real stuff that is resonating hard. And so I think Star Wars is on a positive turn as far as like exploring some other themes, and yeah, the idea of maybe there's an absence of hope.
Do you think
not every time period in history is a hopeful time period?
No, God no.
Do you think that, and this is
Jane,
going back
to
the,
and it's fantastic,
the reveal of in the description, do you think there's a possibility that this Master and Padawan are two Master and Padawans who don't agree with what's happening and they leave the current Jedi Order?
I think that they're opposites.
Like, similar to a like a Dooku Qui-Gon situation, or like
no, more like
Wait, Brian, you think one of them went bad?
No. I just think
okay.
Like they have extremely different points of view on how to go about things, and they probably like once that like Padawan Master relationship over, very much went their own ways, and because something is happening that they're needed to be back together. So I could see it very much being like I don't know. So I mean, yeah, in the sense of like, I'm not saying it in like the violence and stuff sense of like how Dooku was always just like, I'm gonna choke him now or something like that. Like, it's just very much about going about doing certain things.
Dooku was just anti-oppression, and that
I just think that they're gonna have very different points of view.
I like the idea of seeing, like you said, they word it as former Padawan. Doesn't say former Jedi Master, but that may or may not be implied. I'm not sure, but I like the idea of showing Jedi who aren't part of the Order, maybe don't agree with what they're doing. So like
kind of like what are they called in the High Republic?
Wayseekers.
Thank you.
Yeah. Or there's this idea of the Lost 20, which are Jedi that left the Order.
Yeah.
So it could be adapted from something like that. So I don't know. There's a lot of stuff to explore with the Jedi with any Jedi that aren't part of the Order anymore. I
have three comments that I would like to make. One, based off the one like behind the scenes photo we made, I'm assuming Amandla and Lee Jung Jae are going to be the Padawan Jedi, but they also could have done that as a bait and switch. You never know.
I think they're the two highest build on the cast list. Personally, that's what I see it as.
Yeah. Number two, as I am looking at this cast list, I'm going, wow, I'm really not straight. That's my second comment. My third is I am so freaking stoked. This is not a Skywalker story.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
I am
so much.
Literally,
it's not connected to anything.
It's not connected to anything that has to do with a Skywalker. And like,
agreed.
So I can't tell you how many times I've told Sean this, but even with Andor, and I think I'm the minority where I'm like Andor's good, but like I'm not super hyped about Andor. I think I'm the minority of that.
Get rid of her.
Hey now.
Freaking rude. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I'm not nearly as hyped with Andor as I was with like Obi-Wan or something like that.
Jill, you're not allowed to not like things. Haven't you gotten it already? You're not allowed to not like things.
I didn't say I didn't like Andor. I just said I'm not super hyped as everyone else is about it. but I do enjoy Andor, and I do like that it really doesn't like we're not going to get like a Skywalker other than like Mon Mothma, but like we're really not going to get like a Skywalker cameo, but it still ties into fucking Skywalker.
Jill, so what you don't
have like
know,
Frank Skywalker just walk by and show up.
No,
Like-
what you don't know is it's going to end with Palpatine impregnating Shmi Skywalker.
Oh yeah, with the dark side force.
Yeah, that's how it's going to end.
Anyway, I'm happy to have something that has nothing. It's completely in a different time zone. It has nothing to do. We're not going to get we're not going to get an original trilogy cameo. We're not going to get a prequel trilogy cameo. We're not going to get a Last Jedi cameo. We're not going to get any We're not going to get cameos.
Well,
no
a lot of
in the Acolytes.
I mean, there's
A lot of
probably
people-
cameos.
As long as Yoda doesn't show up.
a lot of people are really hoping for like a Plagueis
yeah.
involved story, which is possible.
that's
but
okay. Fine, I don't mind something like a Plagueis because we've really only other than like the books, we
Just
like
don't show Yoda.
Yeah.
just
Don't show Yoda.
I'm so
don't wanna
Yoda out.
Just don't show Yoda.
I don't want to see a character.
But
I
Yaddle.
don't want to see a character that we have.
But
physically-
Yaddle, show Yaddle.
Yaddle-
Yaddle will fine.
Yaddle's fine. My personal opinion with Acolyte,
Especially
I
with
don't
that
want to
hair.
physically see a character that we have physically seen in another Star Wars film.
I'm with
That
you.
is
I'm
my
with you.
or show anything.
I'm with you.
We can have Plagueis. That's fine. We've really only talked about them in like the brief. Have you heard the tale of Darth Plagueis the Wise?
Yeah,
and
he's
then like the
barely,
book.
he's
It's fine.
damn near a new character. The amount of time
He's a
been
new
brought up in
character to
Star
the
Wars.
average audience for sure.
Yeah,
100%.
People
Yeah,
have
and
no
then I
idea
would
who
be
he
I would
is.
be fine with a Plagueis. I would be okay with that.
the
But I
story
don't.
just like directly leads into a Skywalker too.
It does. It does. It's the starting point.
And
I
like
just want nothing to do with a Skywalker. I want nothing to do with Skywalker.
and
I'm
you
with you.
you were
I'm with you.
perfectly correct for wanting that, because if you think about it, especially if you've been reading any of the High Republic stuff, the Skywalkers were not the best Jedi. Far from it.
No.
They were shitty Jedi. I'm gonna say it. They were pretty.
He's trash. He's a trash
They were-
Jedi. Just compared to all the other Jedi that's around when he's alive. Which, guess what? Spoiler alert: there's not a lot of Jedis when Skywalker's a Jedi.
Yeah, I mean that's true too. Like they didn't have well, we can't say that for Anakin did have good role models.
Anakin did.
Luke, not so much.
Luke
He
Luke
had
didn't.
Obi-Wan, but not for long.
And
But
for a brief moment.
Wow.
He had Obi-Wan for
Rough.
half a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
couple hours, and he got.
And
his
let me
ass
just say,
killed.
Obi-Wan, I love me some Obi-Wan. He was no Qui-Gon Jinn. I'm just gonna say that.
No, Qui-Gon Jinn
Mm.
trumps everybody. Joking me, except Ahsoka.
I mean,
Ahsoka's
yeah.
pretty
He
great.
never had a
She-
Padawan though.
Most of the Clone Wars is about all of the best Jedi teaching Ahsoka
Mhm.
the best of what they know, and that's
Yup.
like
Yep.
they created an amazing.
Elite.
Yeah.
Qui-Gon was one. Yes, Curtis, we get it. We get it.
Jimmy Coleman. Back.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's interesting because like the majority or minority like us, we know that the Acolyte is something that Star Wars has needed for a long time because it's so new, it's so unique, it's so fresh. It's something so different from what we're getting over the last 8 years or so. To the average audience, they look at something like the Acolyte, they think to themselves, okay, well, what the hell does the Acolyte mean? Like, what is this, right? Like what does it mean? Is it bad? Is it good? When does it take place? So to all of them, it's going to be something completely new. I love it because, and it's similar to The Mandalorian in a way when it first started, is you're going to be able to show this show to someone who may have never seen Star Wars before, and it's not going to matter.
Mhm.
It's not going to matter because it's a starting off point to watch a show that has a beginning and end that has nothing to do with whatever else is going on around it.
Nope.
Or 200 years in the future or whatever. And I'm not saying that she's going to watch it, but I always use Gabby as an example. I could
good
show her
example.
this show and she
And it
wouldn't
doesn't
have
matter.
questions beforehand because it's a brand new start for whatever story they're starting to tell, which I think is what Star Wars
I can't
desperately
ask Sean
needs.
questions when I'm watching the
Yeah.
show because he's not gonna fucking know what's happening either.
Those are the best types of situations for people like Jake.
He's gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be so nice to talk about it without having to worry about the connection. Where does this connect? Who's gonna show up? Because it's a nearly brand new time period that probably won't have a ton of specific connections, but we can talk about it in the broader sense of like themes in Star Wars and how they pop up from time to time, similar themes and stuff. So I'm excited for that.
This is an interesting point. We kind of know what the High Republic looks like visually, and Sean brings it up in the chat. He says that he wants flashy robes, sabers, etc. Do you think that this show's going to be like that, though?
Yes.
I don't think it's going to look like that. I think it's going to look dark.
It's going to be dark.
I think it's going to look very like undergroundy kind of.
It's towards the end of the High Republic, so I think they're going to be starting to get a lot more modest with their stuff, because eventually, we see them in just like khaki robes, which come on.
Ew, that's so not in style.
At least Anakin had some like leather.
Flash.
Leather.
Daddy.
But yeah, the brown robes, we can do better.
I'm clipping that out for TikTok so bad.
Don't you dare.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's happening, Brian. 126 is the time mark.
Report it.
Time
used your daddy in the marketing for Revenge of the Sith.
Hey, Anakin, I know you didn't have one, but can I call you daddy?
Yeah.
Hey.
How's that drink?
If you haven't already, go follow us on TikTok, everybody.
Listen, it's very strong. It's very strong tiki drink, and I have work tomorrow. Hey.
Yeah, look, we were going to get to Tales of the Jedi, but I think we're gonna have to save that until next week. Our Acolyte discussion, as it should, went on a little long, but that's okay because there's a lot to talk about with the show. It's very exciting. It's a very exciting time in Star Wars because there's some new things coming down the pipeline. There's no, and Molly, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no official release date. I think they're aiming for next fall. Is kind of what they're aiming for.
I think it's gonna be 2024.
So spring of 24.
You shut your mouth right now. I know. How dare you?
I know. It's so strange that we're getting so much information.
That I'm getting married. That's not that far.
We're getting so much information for the Acolyte when Ahsoka and Mando season 3 and Skeleton Crew are all supposed to come out before that.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of worries me. But
I'm kind of hoping that next year
we're not getting a movie until 2025. Brian.
I'm fine with that. I'm honestly fine with it. If they're pumping out shit like they're doing like Andor, I don't need it.
That's true. Next year's gonna be
kind of
amazing.
And it would be a very, very high task, but I kind of see next year being Mando season 3, Ahsoka, and the Acolyte.
It could come at the end of
a December release for the Acolyte, kind of how they did with the Mandalorian and Boba Fett.
See, I think they're gonna do that.
And then 24. And then 24 would be Skeleton Crew, and Andor season 2.
See, I agree with you.
They said Skeleton Crew is coming 2023.
Oh,
I feel like
never mind.
I feel like they're gonna push Acolyte out towards the end of the year. I think the way this cast and everything looks, I think they're gonna push this towards awards. I honestly
then if Skeleton Crew is next year, then it's these 3 next year. Then it's 100% these 3. That means that the Acolyte would be spring of 24.
And Bad Batch season 2.
Bad Batch.
Yeah, and Bad Batch season 2.
Visions season 2 might also be next year.
Visions.
Ooh, is that a hashtag
Scoops?
Scoops? Hashtag Scoops?
I don't know. I didn't actually go to that panel, but Alex.
Lucasfilm's gonna block this video because you said that.
It was announced that we're getting more.
And we might also get a second season of Book of Boba Fett. Who knows?
Yeah, there's a possibility. Hopefully, it's just called the Tales of the Bounty Hunter, not the Tales of Boba Fett. But,
no, I need Bounty Hunter War.
That's the same thing, Brian. The Tales of the Bounty Hunter. It's the same exact thing.
I hope we get like the Revenge of the Tusken Raiders or something. Like go back to them.
That'd be dope. Cool. All right. Well, I think that's gonna wrap up our Star Wars talk tonight. I think it's gonna wrap up the show. We obviously wanted to review Tales of the Jedi, but maybe we'll do that on a separate video, or we'll save it for next week.
There is a
'Cause
lot
there
to
is a
talk
lot to
about
talk
for that
about.
too. Jill, did you
There's
watch
a
it?
lot of talk
Yes.
about that.
Okay.
So we'll definitely get to that at the latest next week's show on Monday. If you have not already, we're pushing it because I think it's great. You guys should really check out our Patreon, everybody. There's some really fun things on that. There's some really fun things coming as well. We had a giant conversation today about what the Patreon could look like. This month alone has some very exciting things as well. If you didn't already, go check out Molly and Jill's American Horror Story Coven reaction. They reacted to the Halloween episode, and ours episodes, 2 of them.
There was
right?
Yeah,
two.
those two.
There was two. I was like, wait, it's not this one. So we had to watch 2 of them.
Which is up on
I
the
didn't realize that's
Patreon
what
now.
I thought the reason was you guys were so drunk you just
Yes,
continued
that's what I
watching
thought
it.
too. That's what I thought.
Inebriated. We were slightly
Listen,
inebriated.
it starts at the end of one and continues into the next one.
Got
Okay,
it.
I thought it was because you guys drank too much, but that's
We were,
what
Yeah, I
we
thought
were
it just-
Well,
slightly
that too.
inebriated.
Okay,
I came
okay,
home
fair
from
enough.
a very busy
Bender.
night of
I know.
things.
And Molly was like, "What are you doing? Do you want to watch Coven?" I was like, "Okay."
And then on Wednesday, the November Q&A drops. That was recorded last night, so that'll be released on Wednesday. And it's already been announced, but this month's bar movie trivia is The Incredibles. The Incredibles 1, The Incredibles 2, The Incredibles and Incredibles 2. Those are our 2 movies for trivia this month. We chose just 2 because it is a little bit of a shorter month for Thanksgiving in the U.S. Thank you, Andy. Which will be happening here in just a little bit. So if you're interested,
love
check
that
that
you're
out.
trying
That's
to
for
be
everyone
Andy.
$10 and up. Sorry, Brian. What'd you say?
I said I love that you always try to beat Andy before his corrections now.
Yeah, always. Always. Because he corrects me too much on our own damn shows.
Mhm.
So I got to beat him here. Yeah, go check it out. Everything's in the description. It's a lot of fun. Highly, highly recommend it. Not just because I'm a part of it, because it's a blast. We'll do some quick plugs before we wrap it up. Jill, where can everyone find you online?
Julie Marie, 2 Y's, 2 E's on Twitter and Instagram. And you can also catch us over on the TikTok.
Yay,
We got a TikTok. I said I would make it, and then Jake beat me to the punch because he's.
I was
crazy.
bored and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
So we.
There's so much free time all the time. So
I
We
don't
ha-
have
why
free
not?
time.
We have
But,
we have a TikTok. So make sure our first.
The first
TikTok
clip
is
is Chef's Kiss.
a prime choice for a first TikTok. So we are.
And I already got my second one tonight.
Ah, love
I
it.
Timestamp
literally-
126.
Love it.
I keep forgetting I have Dan as my background because I went to go. I went to go look up to see how many times or how many
Who's this?
views it has, and I'm all of a sudden Dan's. This is oh my god!
Dan's this.
I think it's over 700 views now. which
Yeah,
is nice.
it's pretty solid. We're certain POV crew on
Yeah.
TikTok. So be sure to check that out.
It's that is the handle going forward because that's what we changed our Twitter handle to.
Because Schmodown is no more.
We had to change our Twitter handle because Schmodown is no longer a thing. So it's now it's certain POV crew, and I'm gonna try to put that everywhere. So, yeah. Brian, where can everyone find you online?
Did I not like the video? I can't even find it. Oh, there.
You did not. You watched it, but you didn't like it.
700.
I liked
did-
it.
Screw you! I am in my likes and I found it. At
I
700
liked it and I
views. Screw off.
reposted it.
Oh, maybe it was one of my own videos that you watched and didn't like.
Oh yeah, I never like yours. I only like Gabby's because she
Thanks.
called me out on it because I didn't realize that people can see when you pass over their videos.
Yep.
And
I just
yeah.
called you out on a public stream, so thanks, Brian.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's fine. Gabby literally texted me. She goes, "So you watched my video and didn't like it?" I went, you can find me. I'm just gonna say a certain point of view. Be of all on Twitter and Instagram. Apocalypse with Jake. Jake is trying to start a war tomorrow. So if you want to see chaos and destruction on Apocalypse, feel free to come by. I kind of want to tell them what it is.
I'll tell them what it is. Molly, go ahead.
Oh, excuse me. Maybe I wasn't done promoting myself.
Oh.
That's all you had, and that's all you ever have.
Yeah, that is
Wow.
all I have.
Wow.
I don't have anything else.
Wow.
At Molly Damon on Twitter and at Star Wars Explain for as long as we're still verified. Don't know when that's going away, but
You want to know what's funny?
Someone just
legitly
said
thought-
that. Who said that? Oh, here you go. Vapion just
yeah,
said
Vapians. I saw that.
I
Um,
literally thought about making a parody account of you guys today and just using mine and using yours name.
Wow.
You'll
Dick
get
move.
kicked. Elon will get you.
No,
He's
not
the
unless I
boogeyman now.
use his name. He doesn't care.
Yeah, well, as long as you don't use Elon Musk.
I was going to do Star Wars Explained? Question mark at the end of it.
It's too many characters, or else we would have done that, Brian.
Oh shit.
Ours is Explain.
Boom.
Ah.
Boom.
That's all we could
Yeah.
fit. But yeah, come check out our Andor stuff Wednesday nights, 6 p.m. Eastern.
What's the name of
Last
your
week's
Andor
episode
show?
was
It's so
Chef's
good.
Kiss. Last week's review was Chef's Kiss.
So good.
Yeah. Gordon, if The Incredibles is your favorite Pixar movie, that sounds like you should come play trivia.
Sign up,
Just
Gordon.
saying.
Welcome to The Incredibles is the
You're
best
you're
Pixar
talking
movie.
the talk, but you
No,
should
it's
come walk the
not.
walk, Mike.
Join
Show
us.
the
Yes,
stuff.
it is. Shut your mouth, Brian.
It's also
Not
just
even
fun.
close.
Like if you're not good
Also
at
just
trivia,
fun.
it's just fun.
Yeah, 100%. This month's trivia will be a lot of fun. I'm excited to write it. Yeah. So you can find me on Apocalypse Movies with Brian every Tuesday for Apocalypse Now, which is our main show. Tomorrow we are ranking the DCEU.
Ooh, damn.
We are ranking the
Good
DC
luck.
movies, all 12 of those, and then on Wednesdays, Brian and I do our little own review of Andor, which you can find on Apocalypse as well. It's called the Fandalorian Club. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Qui-Gon Jake, 2 N's, because someone else took it before I did. Like Jill said, follow us on TikTok. We created a TikTok. We're going to do some clips, maybe even some videos ourselves about some things. It's going to be a lot of fun. Very excited. Patrons, look out for some stuff coming up this week. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you to everyone who's watching live, who has watched live. This show has been a blast, whether it's been controversial topics or not. It's been a lot of fun.
We're just looking at Dan.
We're just looking at Dan. Dan
Dan.
ran the show this week. Dan
Thanks,
ran
Dan.
the show this week.
Thanks,
So
handsome Dan. Appreciate you.
appreciate you guys. Hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and we will catch you guys next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.